Welcome back once again to Power Director Made Simple. In the last video, we discussed the somewhat complicated technique of creating a dialogue transition. Today, we're going to cover the other two types of these sound bridges, sound effects and music. Now, the most important thing to remember is that the music and sound effects work together to establish a mood and sense of reality. Watch and listen to these examples as the mood or sense of reality is established by a sound effect or music. Let's start with an example of a sound effects bridge. In the opening scene, soldiers are shown to be engaged in a firefight, but then an artillery round goes off near them. One injured soldier is shown in the second scene. A special sound effect will be used between the two scenes so that your own sense of reality will be shared with the reality of the soldiers. You didn't expect the ear ringing, did you? Your own sense of reality was changed to match that of the injured soldier. Here is a Hollywood film example that used a sound effect transition at the very end of the movie as it faded to the ending credits. Listen to the ticking of the clock in the kitchen as it becomes more audible at the end, even as the credits start to roll.
Then I woke up.
Let's create a similar ending of a sound effect transition in Power Director. First, listen to this scene from an amusement park with the typical loud background noise as the scene ends with some made-up ending credits. We will now add a sound effect that blends into the video and carries over into the credits, just like the Hollywood film with the ticking clock. All we need to do is to import a sound effect of a roller coaster going by and fading away while the credits start to roll. Let's first lower the volume of the video clip and add a fade out effect to it. Just click on the video or the audio track, lower the volume down a little bit. Let's add holding down the control key, let's add a control point right about here and one towards the end, and we'll pull this down to create our fade out effect. Now, let's drag a roller coaster sound effect down to track 2. Here's one obtained from the internet. And what we're going to want to do is to slide this either to the right or the left until the sound would create the illusion of the coaster going by and leaving as the credits start to roll. And if we pick this point right here, we can see the sound goes by, and we'll put that right as the credits start to roll. And we could test that by just playing some of it right now. The effect we want. So we just come to the front. We're going to trim off the front of the sound effect clip. Remove and leave the gap. We're going to come to the back end split it once again, and trim off that part of the clip. Now the sound from the sound effects is still a little bit too loud in certain places. Let's lower its volume ever so slightly. And let's sneak up on that as a roller coaster comes by and goes away. We're going to add a control point right here. Add one at the beginning and do a long fade into it, so that you slowly start to hear the roller coaster coming. It goes by and then fades away as the credits roll. Let's try playing this. There, that's just what we wanted. Music and sound effects can sometimes be combined into one transition. Listen to this example from The Matrix as the strong music beats morph into the beeping of an alarm clock.
You know the question, just as I did.
What is the Matrix?
The answer is out there, Neo. It's looking for you. And it will find you if you want it to.
Although not directly related to videos, similar types of music bridges often exist in popular songs. It can connect the verse to the chorus, or more often sit between the last two chorus sections and add variation. I can't play examples of such music bridges because of copyright restraints, but there is an example in the Beach Boys song Good Vibrations. If you remember or listen to it now, more than 1 minute of the middle of the song suddenly slows down with several completely different rhythms, background vocals, and even some different instruments. Similar music bridges can exist between video clips to help smooth the transition from one scene to the next. Let's create a rudimentary example using some sample video files that come with PowerDirector. We'll start by using two of the sample clips, Skateboard 02 and Mountain Biker, two vastly different subjects. Drag each down to the timeline. If you play the two clips now without any transitions, it's a very harsh jump into the next scene, as if somebody suddenly changed the channel on the TV. We're going to make the music background from the skateboard scene transition into the different but similar music background of the mountain biker scene. First, we're going to separate the audio from the video on each clip. You do that by right-clicking on each clip and selecting link and unlink video and audio. Now, we're going to go to the skateboard video, and we're going to delete about the last 3 seconds when she bends over to pick up the skateboard. You can see the clip ends at 14, just over 14 seconds. So we're going to go to about the 11-second area, which is going to be right about there. split the clip, and then we're going to hit delete, remove, and leave the gap. We're next going to slide the mountain biker scene over adjacent to the skateboard scene. Then we're going to fade out the last 3 seconds of the skateboard audio, and then fade in the first 3 seconds of the mountain biker audio. So the skateboard audio ends at 1406. We're going to go to about 1106. Give us a control point. Click on this one to fade it out. Now we're going to go to the mountain biker audio. It starts at 1406, so we need to go to approximately 1706 on the timeline, which is going to be right about there. We're going to add a control point. We're going to fade the mountain biker audio in. We're next going to grab the mountain biker audio, drag it down to another timeline, but this time we want to match up the high point of the fade in of the mountain biker audio where the skateboard fades out. A little bit more to the right. That's just about where we want it to be. Now, let's listen to how these sound. But not perfect. Let's add a fade transition between the two video clips. We'll go up to the transition room, and we're going to select the fade transition, drag it down and place it on top of the video clips. I'm going to click on the modify button and make sure I have the overlap behavior is set. Now let's play the clips. It's close, but it's not perfect. A little more tweaking on the audio, perhaps. And we just about have it just right. So what we've done is used music transitions from one scene to another. We've blended those together. Just what we wanted to do. In closing, I should add that any sound effects file is easily obtained on the internet or from YouTube's audio library. And no, you do not have to pay for these unless you insist on getting them from professional and commercial websites that charge a fee. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button.